Hi, my name is Irene. I wanted to share my testimony for a miracle and healing that I experienced in 2020. So in 2020, I had a period that was extremely heavy and I would not stop bleeding. So I called Apostle Jivel and it was about 10 p.m. at night. And she just began to pray and she began to pray over me. She began to pray with me. And I was losing so much blood that even on the phone, I was lightheaded. I was dizzy. At one point in the prayer, I even passed out. But she just continued to pray and speaking tongues and just really intercede on my behalf. And throughout, this took hours. Throughout hours, she just continuously prayed. And then I began to get strength back. And it was equivalent to the amount of blood I lost. There was no way that I could have just survived that at home and without a blood transfusion. So it was like I had a spiritual blood transfusion, because after her praying continuously, I felt strength come back to my body. And because initially my legs were so weak, I couldn't even stand to walk. Like, I was basically crawling from the bathroom. And it was just it was just so much blood loss. You couldn't really fathom it. Like, to think of how to survive, I couldn't understand how it could happen, but of a spiritual blood transfusion. And she continued to pray, and then a few hours into it, after midnight, the heaviness of the flow stopped. So it literally stopped on its own, no medication or anything, and completely stopped. And I remember just feeling exhausted, feeling tired. And then I rested for a little bit. She continued to check on me throughout the night, check on me in the morning, and she continued to pray. And I felt my energy coming back. I was able to walk again the next morning. I rested in the day, but I was even able to go to work that day. And there was no medical intervention for this specific miracle. It was literally prayer and the Lord using Apostle Jivel to really pray over me and really spiritually heal me and keep me alive. There's no way to really explain it, but a pure miracle. There is no way possible for it to be possible. There was no way possible for me just to survive that experience without just the Lord interceding on my behalf. So what that experience taught me is that miracles are real, that prayer does work, and just really trusting in the Lord in a new way. For me, that was opening up my eyes, because I'm a person, I want facts and digits and dates, and I want all the receipts. But sometimes there's a place in the spirit where you just walk in, and you have to walk in with faith, and you have to walk in with trust. And there's no reasoning for why it should happen to me. So I'm just grateful that she was there, and her faith was so strong, and her determination and the care and the love she had, and her desire to listen to the Lord and just tarry on my behalf. It truly saved my life. And it doesn't even seem it doesn't even seem possible, but it truly is a miracle. And I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful that in JTM we get to see so many different miracles, and there's so much more to see. So this is just for anyone who would listen to this to know that there's true miracles happening, and a true experience that I hope whatever miracle that you need, that you experience that as well.